Hello and welcome in Europa Universalis 5, the game where you can conquer the whole Anatolia and Balkans in less than 100 years and then prepare for the invasion of the whole Europe. So those are my campaign settings for those that are curious. So I did automate production methods, building but only above 1000 ducats, so I can still build myself, trade, replacing admirals and generals. The rest I will manage myself. I hope at least. As for the missions, I picked Capable Cabinet Mission 3. It gives a lot of cool bonuses to my country and the cabinet itself. I could show you those cool bonuses, but I forgot to record that. Could pick two government reforms. First, autocracy for the crown power. The second reform is for the food production. I won't say that words. Second reform will be changed anyway, but for now it will help a lot during the upcoming crisis. As the Ottomans, you can also pick some laws from the start. And I went for the powerful harem, the best law in my opinion. It gives additional crown power as well as allows women to be in a cabinet. I don't see, to be honest, why would you even use any other law than this. Picked also allows slave religion, just for the literacy and monthly progress towards humanism. Always remember to promote the crown guy to the head of the cabinet, it's useful. By selecting members of the cabinet, giving them tasks, I could complete some missions. As for the advances, I picked them all, but with a focus on institution growth. The rest isn't that important. I did pick pretty standard privileges for the burghers, allowing them to build roads and also increase the market attraction. As for the nobles, I picked the privilege for the innovative values, because I don't want to end up like Eastern Roman Empire, which is kinda stuck in the endless loop of the pain and suffering. Didn't even on pause, but I have already started building some hospitals to prepare for the upcoming crisis. Or at least I wanted to, I was even too poor to build two at once. The time has finally come, the rise of the Ottomans event. It gives unique legacy of the Ottoman government reform, which is absolute superb. At the same time I received an event Fall of Achis, and of course there's only one right option. We must attack. October 30-37 and I already got an event for 12 stability. I think a lot of players go for the nations on the west side of the Anatolia, but I wanted to go for the Achis and then Karaman itself. Obviously I was trying to save them from the Jalaites influence, but fortunately for me I had an event that could make Karaman my subject without a war. And of course they refused. So I had to go to the war anyway. This event I like so much, it gives both trade efficiency and legislative efficiency at the same time, both very useful bonuses. So after some time Karaman changed his mind and indeed wants to become my vassal. And that's how the antagonism map would look like after vassalizing Karaman. Since I vassalized Karaman and nobody really cared about that, it was time to go after West Anatolia and take them one by one. And unfortunately for me, the Eastern Roman Empire joined the coalition, so I had to stop the conquests for now. The new age has dropped and we are going for the military focus. I cut royal marriage with the Mamluks, all according to plan. Next move is the alliance, and after they help me grow and conquer whole Anatolia, I will lead them too. Looks like Germanids learned from the Karaman mistake. Immediately after I got an event for the Soruhanids also. Eastern Romans exploded into civil war, and Mentesids joined the coalition. Not fun, I wanted to conquer them. And here it goes, Crusher of the Dreams, Destroyer of the Worlds, the Black Death. It appeared in Golden North. A year has passed and it devastated Central Asia. A year and a half passed and it appeared in my lands. I moved my court into hiding, isolated the country, and procured remedies. Not like it would matter a lot, but at least I managed to build some hospitals before. The plague didn't last long, and yet it somehow took about 40% of my entire population, and the rest of Europe is still fearing the plague. It was finally time to research some new advances from the default Age of Renaissance tech tree, and I focused mostly on the useful ones, especially focusing on the speed of integration and the efficiency of the cabinet. Mentesids left the coalition, so it is time to punish them for even joining. And I took Hamidids as a bonus. I don't know how it happened, why it happened, but for some reason Cyprus has taken over the Constantinople. I've never seen this, and probably never will ever again. But it happened. Looks like the Black Death is finally over, It took 93 million lives, over 500,000 from my nation itself. And right as I said that, it is over. At last, the Gallipoli earthquake event. It destroyed 14 Gallipoli pretty much and allowed me to establish a foothold in Europe. So when I saw the Eastern Romans being at civil war, again, mind you, it was a perfect opportunity to take some lands from the Eastern Roman Empire. After conquering Edirne, I had an event to relocate my capital, but I didn't want to. It would be really cool to have city of Hagen as a capital, but for gameplay reasons I decided to keep it in Bursa. Moving capital there would destroy a lot of control, and in the end income from these lands. And by capital staying in Bursa I can get another 7 stability, which is kind of a lot. Antagonism isn't really that high, so it is time to conquer some new lands from Eretnis this time. Could be a big war since they are in the Jaelarites camp. The absolute priority is to destroy their smaller stacks so they cannot unite into one big blob of an armies. And that is exactly what happened. 40% war score from winning battles alone. And that is the glorious peace deal that my glorious nation takes. So that's how the borders look like, and they are pretty good looking already. And even dying empire fired. I mean, it gives me a chance to declare on the Eastern Roman Empire, so why not? Can somebody tell me why I have the claim from casus belli as the Ottomans from the Mamluks? It was time to peacefully unite with the Kandalids as well. Well, would you look at that? The game really spoils me. That's how the peace deal looks like, and that is how the borders look like. I wish I had the same events for the Macedonian part that Serbia took from the Eastern Romans, but this time I had to make the casus belli myself. And right after I took that part from Serbia, they took lands from the Eastern Romans again, together with the Bulgaria this time. It's time to take some free lands from the Eastern Roman Empire. The Bulgaria will join, so that's pretty good opportunity to take lands from them. Serbia also got punished for being there, I guess. But now I have to be really careful for not being punished myself from coalition. So that's why I went for Constantinople and the rest of the Eastern Roman Empire lands. The city of world desire. Constantinople is finally ours. A bit early though. This time I want to change my capital city and move it to Constantinople. I improved relations with Hungary, so their antagonism dropped. Time to improve with other big nations like Naples. That's why you go for the powerful harem. Look at those powerful women. Meanwhile, that's how my economy looks like, with barely even building any buildings and improving RGOs like 5 times only. Netherlands formed, kinda quickly, not gonna lie. Took some free lands from Bulgaria, just to make borders cleaner, and the game itself rewarded me with an empire country rank. In the meantime, quick war with the Naples happened. Hungary was consumed by a civil war, so they couldn't join and help the Naples, so I had pretty good opportunity to take some lands from them in Greece. Hungary is really having a bad time in this campaign. I managed to secure an alliance with Mamluks, so I declared on Hungary and called Mamluks to help. I had high hopes for the carry from the Egypt, but they preferred to stay with their armies in their homeland. It's kind of familiar to an other game that I have played. The war started in 1415, so I had to defend the whole front line for the entire year, being outnumbered. That should be a really easy win. Look at the numbers together we have. But my armies alone cannot win with them, so I need their help, Egypt's help. The war was pretty bloody, but I managed to take the Bulgarian lands that Hungary took, thanks to the Egypt's help at the end of the war, of course, taking also money and making my borders look really beautiful. And that's how the borders look like at the end of this episode. I think they are pretty cool. I could conquer even more lands, but I am something of a tall player myself, so I usually like to build up the country before the conquests. And here are some statistics. We've got over 5 million pops, Greek dominating, Orthodox faith dominating as well. Turkish is only 30%. Keep in mind that statistics are recorded for 1.10 patch. Gameplay was recorded on 1.3, I believe. That's why we have 200,000 population difference between the last two clips. We've got even some Catalan culture. That's how the economy looks like without even building anything. Those are the markets, that's how they look like. We do not have any standing army yet, but we are researching ones. We are researching armories, researching Janissary regiments, so we will have an army very soon. Average literacy is kinda good but could be better, and overall it is a pretty good nation to build up. Here's also how the values look like. Shame it isn't playing tall versus playing wide, because I'm for sure going to play tall in the next episode. And after building a country, expand like crazy.